So, my project pitch to you is a ripoff of what Baltimore is doing. So it should be really easy because it's all laid out in front of us. Basically, what Baltimore did was put their city budget up on the website and said, okay, folks, we have a $20 million deficit. Here's all of our services. Here's a couple ways we can add or subtract to it. You tell us, how do you want the budget for the city to look? I think that would be really groovy to do in Anchorage. I think it would be, not only it would bring you personally a hell of a lot of publicity because this is such a hot button topic, but it's going to be a way to crowdsource the general opinions of people in Anchorage. You know, where do you really want to see your money? And I really like the way that they set this up, where if you add $250,000 to school health services, you increase health and vision screenings for children, yada, yada, yada. But if you take away, it tells you right now, we're going to reduce 4 medical office assistant positions, leading to longer wait times and fewer students getting to class. And I think that if we were to lay it out like this and just say, here's the budget. You tell us, where are we going to put your money? And by the way, if you're going to cut police, you're going to get less police. You're going to add to health and human services, things are going to go smoother there. I think, you know, some of the operations, like what the effects of what happens, will be, it'll take a little bit of finagling to figure out just what that's going to look like. But I think the bones of this should be pretty fun to put together, and the outcomes, I think, will be really interesting. So that's my pitch, Shane.
Do you think there's room for a really cool voting system on this website?
Sure, why the hell not?
Yeah, I see that as being something that can be used not only for the descriptions, because that's very unilateral, but also for the actual results from this. So that's
yeah. At the end of the day, you can be able to compile the results and say, there's lots of ways to look at this, but 40% of the people reduce the budget for X line item. Yes.
Excellent. You talk to Baltimore and see if they're willing to make.
They don't return my phone calls.
Because honestly, if they built this, what would be awesome is to get the source for it and implement it. As a project, localize it rather than start over.
If we have people here that want to take this up, I will be more than happy to double and triple my efforts getting a hold of somebody in Baltimore.
The other question is, how long has this been in effect in Baltimore? When did they put it in place?
I don't know.
And the other follow on to that is, has it had a sizable impact in terms of directing what the folks on the assembly are doing with the budget?
You act like I've done a lot more research. I really don't know.
I think it's a really cool idea.
I don't know.
I was just sort of interested in how does this affect psychology of the folks that are on the assembly when they see the results.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, Muni guy. You can shoot this down now.
He's a citizen.
All right. Citizen.
There are a couple different tools that do something just like this. Have you looked at any of the other alternatives?
No, sir.
Okay. Thanks. I think it could probably help you get in touch with people in Baltimore, so if we could talk.
All right.
Yeah, there's several other cities that are doing this as well. Sunlight Foundation has an open budget city thing, and there's some with source code like on GitHub. I'm not sure if I'm unfamiliar with Balance Baltimore, so I'm not sure if it's as cool as that, but there are at least 9 cities with it.
Very cool. Yes, ma'am.
ICER, also Scott Goldsmith put together something similar for the state. It was an Excel model, but it was a game where you played through the model and you tried to balance the state budget. It did the same thing where you moved stuff around. And then you could also project outwards, like what to do with our budget reserves, things like that. And so that might be another, they're very focused on statewide issues, but you might figure it looks like I'm going to talk with them too about how they built that. We start from scratch.
So one more question for this.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how hard or easy it will be to get the actual data?
As far as the budget goes, it's, I mean, it's a public, it's a public document, the city budget. So, and I think we can get it to a pretty decent granularity.
And it has the stuff about what'll happen with the money.
That would have to be done ad hoc, because there's really no way of, that's not a part of the budget, the budget consideration. But, if we can build it and get a little bit of cooperation with the muni, then we can populate that.
And honestly, I think it's something where the assembly actually might be more interested in taking lead in describing some of those choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be really subjective,
Yeah.
depending on who's voting on it.
Yeah.
And Hans, some of that data is in a PDF, so it's not always easy to get the information out.
It's easy to read.
But it is crowdsourced.
Okay.
I have a second.
You have a second one?
I do.
This game is system.
Okay. All right. Now this one's a little more original, and I don't think I've seen it done anywhere else. And this one,
Lance will see
yeah, Lance has done it. They've done that. Okay. For those of you who don't know, Anchorage MLS is a website that most of the real estate agents in Anchorage use to post homes that are for sale here in Anchorage. And the housing environment that we have right now, it is really common for something to get listed on a Monday and delisted on a Thursday because somebody found it, scooped it up, and put an offer into it. So instead of making people continuously look at the MLS site and see what's been posted, if we had some way, a tool that could scrape that data and send you an alert when a house in your price range has been posted, I think a lot of people would find a lot of value in that. And from a marketability side, I would think that there are many real estate agents that would pay to have that service. And so I think it would be an excellent resource for the consumer and something that could actually be a monetized product. And that's what got everybody's hands raised. Yes.
Oh, so I don't mean to cut down your idea.
By all means,
Here's
that's
a
what I'm
really
here
large
for.
app called Zillow that already does that.
Can I counter that?
Yes.
So Zillow takes, kind of existing data about not the appraised value, but the assessed value. I just bought a house a few years ago. So that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've used Zillow. I've not been impressed with that, and I think that the Alaska MLS is just a better resource for property information.
it.